Joshua chapter 13. Joshua was now old, advanced in age, and the Lord said to him, "You have become old, advanced in age, but a great deal of the land remains to be possessed. This is the land that remains, all the districts of the Philistines and the Geshurites, from the Shihor, east of Egypt, to the border of Ekron on the north, considered to be Canaanite territory. The 5 Philistines, rulers of Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron, as well as the Avites in the south, all the land of the Canaanites from Arah of the Sidonians to Ephek, as far as the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gibeonites, and all Lebanon, east from Baal Gad, below Mount Hermon to the entrance of Hamath, all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon to Mizrephoth Maim, all the Sidonians. I will drive them out before the Israelites. Only distribute the land as an inheritance for Israel, as I have commanded you. Therefore divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes and half the tribes of Manasseh. With the other half of the tribe of Manasseh, these Reubenites and Gadites had received the inheritance Moses gave them beyond the Jordan to the east, just as Moses the Lord's servant had given them, from Aroer on the rim of the Arnon Valley, along with the city in the middle of the valley, all the Medeba plateau as far as Dibon, and all the cities of King Sihon of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, to the border of the Ammonites, also Gilead and the territory of the Geshurites, and the Maccathites, all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan to Salakah, the whole kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei. He was one of the remaining Rephaim. Moses struck them down and drove them out, but the Israelites did not drive out the Geshurites and Maccathites. So Geshur and Maccath still live in Israel today. He did not, however, give any inheritance to the tribe of Levi. This was their inheritance, just as he had promised, the food of offerings made to the Lord, the God of Israel. To the tribe of Reuben's descendants by their clans, Moses gave this as their territory, from Aroer on the rim of the Arnon Valley, along with the city in the middle of the valley, the whole plateau as far as Medeba, with Heshbon, and all its cities on the plateau, Dibon, Bamoth, Baal, Bethbaal Meon, Jeshaj, Kedemoth, Mephath, Phiathaim, Sibma, Zereth, Shahar, on the hill and the valley, Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, all the cities of the plateau, and all the kingdoms of King Sihon of the Amorites, who reigned in the Heshbon. Moses had killed him and the chiefs of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the princes of Sihon, who lived in the land, along with those the Israelites put to death. They also killed a diviner, Balaam, son of Beor, with a sword. The border of the Reubenites was the Jordan and its plain. This was inheritance of the Reubenites by their clans, with the cities and their settlements. To the tribe of the Gadites, by their clans, Moses gave this as their territory, Jazer and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites to Aroer, near Rabbah, from Heshbon to Ramoth Mizpeh and Betanim, and from Mahanaim to the border of Or Debir, in the valley Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth, and Zephon. The rest of the kingdom of the king Sihon of Heshbon, their land also included the Jordan and its territory as far as the edge of the city, as the sea of Shinarath, in the east side of the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the Gadites by their clans, with the cities and their settlements. And to half the tribe of Manasseh, that is, to half the tribe of Manasseh's descendants by their clans, Moses gave this as their territory, from Mahanaim through all Bashan, all the kingdoms of King Og of Bashan, including all of Jair's villages that are in Bashan, 60 cities, but half of Gilead and Og's royal cities in Bashan. Ashtaroth and Edrei are for the descendants of Mashir, son of Manasseh, that is half the descendants of Mashir by their clans. These were the portions Moses gave them on the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan, east of Jericho. But Moses did not give a portion to the tribe of Levi. The Lord, the God of Israel, was their inheritance, just as he had promised them.
Joshua 14. The Israelites received these portions that the priest Eleazar, Joshua son of Nun, and the family heads of the Israelite tribes gave them in the land of Canaan. Their heritage was by lot, as the Lord commanded through Moses, for the 9.5 tribes, because Moses had given the inheritance to the 2.5 tribes beyond the Jordan, but he gave no heritage among them to the Levites. The descendants of Joseph became 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. No portion of the land was given to the Levites, except cities to live in, along with the pasture lands for their cattle and livestock. For the Israelites did as the Lord commanded Moses, and they divided the land. The descendants of Judah approached Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, said to him, "You know what the Lord promised Moses, the man of God at Kadesh Barnea, about you and me. I was 40 years old when Moses, the Lord's servant, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to scout the land, and I brought back an honest report. My brothers who went with me, because the people my brothers who went with me caused the people to lose heart, but I followed the Lord my God completely. On that day Moses swore to me, the land where you have set foot will be an inheritance to you and your descendants forever, because you have followed the Lord my God completely. As you see, the Lord has kept me alive these 45 years, as he promised, since the Lord spoke these words to Moses while Israel was journeying in the wilderness. Here I am today, 85 years old. I'm still as strong today as I was the day Moses sent me out. My strength for battle and for daily tasks is now as it was then. Now give me this hill country the Lord promised me that day, because you heard them, that the Anakim are there, as well as large fortified cities. Perhaps the Lord will be with me and will drive them out, as the Lord promised. Then Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave him Hebron as an inheritance. Therefore, Hebron still belongs to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, as an inheritance today, because he followed the Lord, the God of Israel completely. Hebron's name used to be Kiriath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. After this, the land has rest from war.
Joshua 15. Now the allotment for the tribe of the descendants of Judah by their clans was in the southernmost region, south to the wilderness of Zin, and over to the border of Edom. Their southern border began at the tip of the Dead Sea on the South Bay, and went south of the Scorpions, Kent, proceeded to Zen, ascended to the south of Kadesh Barnea past Horizon, Hazaron, Escabon to Adar, and turned to Karka. It proceeded to Amazon and to the brook of Egypt, and so the border ended at the Mediterranean Sea. This is your southern border. Now the southern border was along the Dead Sea to the mouth of the Jordan. The border of the north side was from the bay of the east sea of the mouth of the Jordan. It ascended to Beth Hola, proceeded north of Beth Thorba, and ascended to the stone of Boan, son of Reuben. Then the border ascended to Edber from the valley of Achor, turning north to the Gilgal that is opposite the ascent of Adumim, which is south of the Reven. The border proceeded to the water of Shemesh and ended at Enrogel. From there the border ascended Ben Hannan Valley to the southern Jubilite slope that is Jerusalem, and ascended to the top of the hill that faces Hannan Valley on the west. At the northern end of Rephaim Valley, from the top of the hill, the border curved to the spring of the water of Naphtali, went to the city of Mount Ephron, and then curved to Bela, that is Kereth Jearim. The border turned westward from Belha to Mount Seir, went from the southern slope of Mount Jearim, that is Jeslan, descended to Beth Shemesh, and proceeded to Timid. Then the border reached to the slope north of Ekron, curved to Shikkeron, proceeded to Mount Belha, went to Jebulun, and ended at the Mediterranean Sea. Now the western border was the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. This was the boundary of the descendants of Judah around their clan. He gave Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the following portion among the descendants of Judah based on the Lord's introduction to Joshua. Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. Caleb drove out from there the three sons of Anak, Sheshai, Ahiman, and Talmai, descendants of Anak. From there he merged against the inhabitant of Debir, which used to be called Kiriath Sepher. And Caleb said, whoever attacks the quarters captures Kiriath Sepher, I will give my daughter Achsha to him as a wife. So Othniel, son of Caleb's brother Kazan, accepted it, and Caleb gave his daughter Achsha to him as a wife. When she arrived, she pursued Othniel to ask her father for a field. As she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What can I do for you?" She replied, "Give me a blessing, since you have given me land in the Negev. Give me the springs also." So he gave her the upper and lower springs. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the descendants of Judah by their clans. There was a northernmost city of the tribe of the descendants of Judah towards the border of Edom in the Negev, Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kena, Dimona, Adada, Kadesh, Hazor, Ithna, Ziph, Telem, Beloth, Hazor, Hadith, Kiriath Hazron, that is Hazor, Amam, Shema, Molda, Hazor, Gaba, Hashmon, Beth Pelet, Hajar, Shual, Bir, Sheba, Bizoithai, Thea, Belam, Lim, Ezim, Toled, Chesel, Horma, Ziklag, Midma, Sansana, Leboth, Shalem, Ain, and Rimmon. 29 cities in all with their settlements. In the Judean foothills, Eslo, Zora, Eshana, Zana, En-Ganim, Tapau, Enam, Jarmuth, Abulam, Skosh, Azekah, Sharmia, Aditham, Gebera, and Gederothium, 14 cities with their settlements. Zenon, Hadasha, Migdal, Gad, Dylan, Mizpah, Jocheth, El, Lechish, Bozgath, Elgon, Cabon, Lahama, Cheltish, Gadaroth, Beth Dagon, Nama, and Makedah, 16 cities with their settlements. Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Ephta, Ashna, Nezib, Kala, Achib, and Maresha, 9 cities with their settlements. Etron with its surrounding villages and settlements. From Ekron to the sea, all the cities near Ashdod with their settlements. Ashdod with its surrounding villages and settlements. Gaza with its surrounding villages and settlements to the brook of Egypt and the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. In the hill country, Shamir, Jatir, Sakach, Dana, Kiriath, Sana, that is Debre, Eneb, Estema, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilead, 11 cities with their settlements. Arab, Duma, Asham, Jamin, Beth Tapo, Epheka, Humta, Kerebeth, and Zior, 9 cities with their settlements. Maon, Carmel, Ziph, Judah, Jezreel, Jokdan, Zenoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their settlements. Halulah, Beth Zur, Jedor, Mariath, Bethnoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their settlements. Kerionath, Bel, that is Kerionath, Jerim, and Reba, 2 cities with their settlements. In the wilderness, Beth Arba, Midian, Sekura, Nibshan, the city of salt, and En-Gedi, 6 cities with their settlements. But the descendants of Judah did not drive out the Jubilees who live in Jerusalem. So the Jubilees still live in Jerusalem among the descendants of Judah today.